consider myself a death doula, a grief worker, someone who facilitates grief rituals and workshops, and using the support of the natural 5 elements, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. We move through those elements to access our grief and identify with our grief in different workshops and events in the Boston and New England area. And we love doing this work. I feel really grateful to do this work, really lucky that I get to work with a friend and a partner in crime who is doing something that is not mainstream yet, but coming into the light of the mainstream. I find myself in awe of these precious moments within ritual, where we give space for everything: pain, joy, grief, sensuality, structure, disorder, and chaos, beauty, sweetness, gentleness, tears, and allowing the flow to happen in all aspects of that. This is a closing of the bone ceremony, which is usually a postpartum ritual of bringing the mother back into herself and back into her pre-pregnancy body, closing off what's been opened wide to allow flow to happen, allow movement to happen within her. This is an offering for sacred feminines to pour into themselves, to be supported by other women and be poured into themselves by other women. This is a sacred ceremony of solidarity and safety within the energy centers in your body.
In sacred reciprocity, and being in that, at all times. And what happens to me happens to you. What happens to you happens to me. In this work and the time that we're in, it's like absolutely, we have a lot to grieve. It can be anything. A grief ritual could be making art. It could be talking on the phone. It could be dancing. It could be, silent screams in your head, or rearranging the pillows to bring you the most comfort so you can be present to yourself. All of those are the rituals. And I can't even say, I think every time we've done a grief work ceremony, they're all different. We have different components, different ways in which that we engage with the elements and the gifts of the body for processing emotion and moving the energy and tending to all the different parts of ourselves.
And I think these ritual spaces, these ceremonies are really great because we do create a container of safety and support, and it allows people to unwind and lean into the rituals, and really, if they feel the need to, if they feel supported enough, they can crumble here, they can fall apart, because they can know that they're surrounded by community and support. And being witnessed in their grief, in their pain, in their trauma can be nourishment, can be food for everyone that sees them, for everyone that witnesses their pain, because like you said, it's our pain. It's what they're witnessing, what they're experiencing is what we experience. And when we hold space for each other to do that, we create a sense of such strong, loving community in such a place where there's so much darkness and sadness there is real, true light and love that can exist there.
So these rituals do allow me to release and give back, for the next growth, the composting that you're always talking about, composting our grief, our past, for a future.
Using the negative pieces to grow and bloom and blossom for the next generation of fertility.